before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Signa or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm going to get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
Oh, you sound like you slow.
This is the first thing I see when I open up TikTok, so I started listening and immediately ran to the comments. And after reading the comments, I was like, okay, we're all on the same page. So this is Slimthickkim. Apparently, Kim is 31 years old with 3 children and was literally about to go meet up with a young man. He looks like he's about 21, 22. I'm not sure of his age. But anyway, fly out to Atlanta, which she booked the flight to go meet up with this dude over Valentine's Day weekend. Never met him before, only had been talking to him for a few days. And he tells her that he has his daughter, so instead of coming to his house, they need to book a room. So she says, cool. Now he's from Atlanta. Why didn't he book the room? But he tells her to book the room. And so she's like, oh, well, if I book the room, you're going to give me the money back. And he's like, no, I'm not. Like, basically, you could pay for something. And then that's when she gets pissed. She's already on the plane. And she says she stays at the airport. One of the flight attendants, helped her find her hotel room. And she stopped answering his calls. And she didn't let him come to the room because he should have been paying for it since he wanted her to come. Now, first of all, sis, you all already brought your own ticket. So that right there should have told you, okay? And then when he's telling you, oh, you can't come to my house, he should have already said, I got the room. Instead, when he didn't say either of those things, you should have hung up and took your ass home. But even if he was still on the plane, once you landed in Atlanta, you should have booked a flight right then and there and returned your ass home. Now, I forgot where she said she was from, if she ever mentioned it. But anyway, he goes on live, and this is what he has to say.
years old, 3 kids, single mom. You too cool, like you too worried about a nigga, a rapper, or a scam, or like you too worried about that. Like you too coked up on that. So I was already knowing what was going on. You feel me? Like even she said it out of her own mouth after we got on FaceTime. His whole energy changed. Everything changed. Yeah, it did. For sure it did. I just like, all right, well, how I just say, okay, well. This ain't it. You feel me? Who energy ain't gonna change after they see you on FaceTime for the first time and you go back to the pictures and the tab thing, you looking like, nah, that ain't right. Yeah, I entertained her enough though. I ain't even like, I'm not even gonna feed into her no more, none of that. Hey, I got TikTok now. Let's just look at it like that. What killed me was the spray though. Cause then she sent a spray, she like, did you get the picture? And I'm like, yeah, I got the picture, but like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the picture? What that's supposed to mean? So then I'm in my head, like, you know, when you seeing stuff like that, you in your head like, okay, well, she did just tell me she ain't had no coat, and it was just cold outside. So I'm in my head like, okay, well, she got a sore throat then. Like, you know, that's the only reason why I think you got some spray like that or something. She got a sore throat. You ain't just had no coat on at nighttime. She got a sore throat, duh. She say something totally Hold on. That's what you got that for? But man, that killed me. That I mean, not, you know what I'm saying? That took me away for real. I was blown away. You see the message, I said, oh yeah, I ain't never had nothing like that before. I ain't, you know, that's new. Look here, I ain't never in my life heard of nothing like that before. I'm talking about, never. And I'm just in my head thinking like, I'm so happy I won my first man off like not having sex with her, none of this. Cause I feel like this could have been like some, like this story could have been going a whole nother way for real. I don't know if she still would have made a story time or not, but like that just would have been like crazy to me for real. I'm just happy I avoided it. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't one of them type of guys with what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thirsty and hop on it. Cause you know, I could flirt with you all day. But when it's time for showtime, if I ain't really sending for you for real, it ain't happening. Like, it ain't happening at all. Yeah, nah, that took my breath away for sure. And I'm just like, for you to be 31 years old.
Now, I'm not in these TikTok streets like that, so I don't know who this is, but y'all might know he goes by Gotti Boy Ant, and he looks young as hell, so he puts her on blast. He starts showing off all their text messages. She actually sent him this picture of throat spray and breath strips so that she could perform oral sex. And he's so young, he didn't even know what this meant, what this was. He thought she had a cold and a sore throat, y'all. And she said the only reason she sent this was because he asked for a full body pic. And she said, this the only pic you need. Girl, the comments is eating her up. They told her you need to go ghost and delete your page. And I agree because this is really sad. He said after they went, they finally FaceTime each other. Well, she said after they FaceTime each other, she knew that his energy was kind of off. And he said, hell yeah, it's off because he felt like he was catfished. I guess he trying to say that she wasn't cute like her pictures. And a lot of her pictures and videos are heavily, heavily filtered, okay? Now, she's a dark-skinned girl, so you know I'm always going to stand for my dark-skinned girlies. But sis, you dead wrong, sis. I mean, y'all got to cut it out with these filters because a lot of y'all are filter pretty. And everybody is cute in their own way. But when y'all be trying to trap these rich niggas, y'all know that they go for looks. That's all they go for. So if your pictures are heavily filtered, what do you think is going to happen when he see you in person? Like, first of all, you is too old for this. And she's literally making video after video after video about this whole situation. To me, it's given I just want clout. Because obviously she doesn't care. People are literally telling her she needs to delete her page because of how bad this makes her look. And she's still doubling down on this. Meanwhile, he just laughing about the whole situation. This is a baby. Look at him. This is a baby. Is she talking about he's a scammer? He scammed you. He got you on that motherfucking plane. A flight that you paid for. Y'all really need this. It's too much. Y'all are too thirsty and too desperate. And like somebody in the comments said, this is why y'all end up missing.
Am I lying? Am I lying? No, you know.